Good evening, everybody. It is Sunday night. It is 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central. Welcome to the brand new show of
6:30
the Main
Pacific.
Event Network, 6:30 Pacific, the Dusty Finish. We are here with a round-robin look at the events of the week that was in professional wrestling, whether it be independence, whether it be TV wrestling. We're going to take a look at our topics, our favorite moments of the week in this format. Think of ESPN's Around the Horn. Think of Pardon the Interruption. Each one of our esteemed panelists are going to come to you with a topic, and we're going to discuss that topic and then keep it nice and tight and move on from there. And so I am Jay Gold, 1/3 of the Indie Wrestling Guide, 1/2 of the NXT Night Shift. And with me tonight on our panel, my co-host of the Night Shift, the boss man of the Main Event Network, Mr. OTM himself. It is Kyle.
That's right. I'm here, guys. We figured we didn't have enough content on the Main Event Wrestling Network, and 2026 is a big year for us. So we want to recap wrestling every single week, and we figured we're going to do it with the Dusty Finish. So welcome on in, everyone. I'm glad to be here. I won't be here every time, I promise.
Me neither. But and that leads us to at your bottom right, it is 1/2 of the Wrestling Junkies podcast. It is the podcast dad. Welcome to the show.
Hello, all. Again,
Podcast
as I
Daddy.
said pre-show, battling the flu. So this is my flu game. But hey, I committed, so I'm here.
Dude, look at you. I didn't know you actually had the flu. I knew you were sick, but it actually is the flu that you got, huh?
It is the flu. I have been down and out for the last couple days, but I would not miss this for the world.
It's not tequila. Fine.
We appreciate it. And that leads to above the upper right hand on your screen, the boss man of the BWO. He is from the West Coast, the Great Brown Hope. Welcome into the Dusty Finish, my friend.
What's up, guys? It's a pleasure, as always, to be with you guys. Always a good time.
And I appreciate you being here. And each one of us is going to bring to you our finish of the week. And I want to start this week with the Great Brown Hope. I want to go to you first. I think you have something. I think we want to start off hot. So, GBH, let's talk about your finish of the week.
Well, first of all, let's talk about the Main Event Network merch store. You can get one of these nice Main Event crew necks there. You know what I'm saying? You can also check out the Junkie Shop. They've got some gear. IW Guide, they got some gear. On the Mark Podcast has some gear. We all got a little something for you guys. So check us out. Get yourself some fresh gear. You don't have to rock what everybody else is wearing. Just stand out from the few. Be one of the proud. Roll with us. So, what a week, man. For those of us who have been following us little by little, not by choice, I've been named the Lucha Libre expert for the Main Event Wrestling Network. So, with their new venture with WWE, has been nothing, at least in my eyes, but successful for everyone involved, not just AAA, but WWE as well. As you've seen, they've had some talents have resurgences in their careers. For example, Ludwig Kaiser, who may or may not be El Grande Americano, now the biggest star in all.
Allegedly.
A guy who had nothing to do on the main card, on the main roster, and now he's the biggest star in an entire fucking continent. And that's all because of the work that everybody's put into this brand, and it showed on Saturday. Did you guys get a chance to watch the show on Saturday before I kick off?
I did get a chance to watch, GBH, yes.
I'm a little bit.
What about you guys?
I watched bits and pieces of it.
Yeah, so I'd like. Can you explain it to the audience? So the show is supposed to be on Fox. It is not on Fox in this country.
Correct.
So it is on YouTube in this country, and then it's going to be on. Is it Fox Deportes?
Yes.
Okay, so that's where it's going to be in Mexico. So why don't you give us a little bit of a rundown of what happened during that AAA show? Because we did see some highlights here and there. There were some big returns, you know.
Yeah, it was a pretty big show. Based on the fact that it was only an hour and 15 minutes long, they fit 3 matches, 2 backstage interviews, 2 backstage segments, and then you had Rey Mysterio waste 15 minutes of time at the beginning of the show. So there's that too, and it only irritates me because La Parka didn't get a solo entrance, which they're banking big on people like Psycho Clown, La Parka,
Iguana.
Las Toxicas, Iguana. They're banking big on these guys when you slowly take away Dominic Mysterio, Dragon Lee, Natalia, like people that have helped them establish themselves as serious competitors, once they're gone, you're going to need these stars to keep the brand going. And if these stars go to NXT, which is what I think is going to happen, you need more people to go up the card. And they have plenty of talents. And with La Parca, they've acknowledged that he's a resurrected La Parca. So it's the same storyline, same timeline, everything. And he's going to be the biggest star in all of AAA one day, all of WWE perhaps. I mean, I called it for Halloween Havoc. He'd have an NXT debut. And he was there. He got his 10-second entrance, but it was all about La Parca for 10 seconds. You go back and watch that 10-second entrance, it was all about La Parca. Just the spooky theme, the event itself, the music, the eeriness. For those 10 seconds, it was perfect. It was professional wrestling. Did I see
Omos come out and help Vikingo?
They're
so what's going on there? What's going on with that?
Well, the manager, he had a previous stable, El Ojo, the Eye, and it was Mecha Wolf, Messias, and NBD. That was the previous Ojo stable. And because they've been losing, he restarted the stable. And now his new stable is El Hijo de Vikingo and Omos, with probably one or two more acts coming in. So either a tag team or somebody else. I think they did this with the Psycho Circus, but they're teasing Pagano kind of distancing himself from the Psycho Circus. And he either fits in with El Ojo or with the Wyatt Six. So you think about bringing somebody from AAA to the main roster without having to force them onto everybody. Pagano's been around for a long time. You put him with Wyatt Six on a WWE roster, that's fun. Now you've got a fun matchup with, instead of Joe Gacy and Dexter Lumis, you can do Dexter Lumis and Pagano. You can do Eric Rowan and Pagano.
Do you think Pagano can be... Do you think that he's going to be embraced by WWE as far as where they're going to put him, or do you think he's going to sit in AAA for a bit?
Yeah, but Pagano is one of those guys that has the charisma. He's one of those workers like El Messias who has been everywhere. TNA, I think he was in AEW once. But basically any brand you can think of, The Crash, House of Glory, GCW, he's been there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So you don't need him to be at every show. If you have him at certain shows where it counts, it matters, it'll help. Like you can have him at the Mexico shows. When WWE starts making the Mexico tour, and it's not a AAA tour, they're going to need acts like that. They're going to need acts that have people invest in the show, which was another mistake that I think they made with having Santos in AAA. I love Santos, but they shouldn't have had him come back in AAA. He should be a big deal. And to be honest, you can't have Santos, Rey Mysterio, and Dominic on that roster. You can't do that. That's way too
Santos looked completely different out there, GBH. Yeah. He really changed his appearance.
He reinvented himself. He really did. And it's gonna be awesome because I thought we were gonna get Ethan Page and Wagner 3 Part 3. Hair versus mask. Hair versus mask. Wagner and Ganello are gonna be called up as a tag team. Like I say it over and over, but they're big, meaty hosses, bro. Like they need guys like that. They need a team like that, a team with a lineage. And WWE loves their second, third generation stars. And Ganello Domal and Wagner 3 are the sons of Dr. Wagner Jr.
Ganello, what is his name? Ganello Domal.
Yeah. The evil doctor.
Yeah, he was in GCW at the Cinco de Mayo show a couple years ago, which was awesome. Yeah, Podcast Dad. What are your thoughts on as far as AAA where it's heading right now? Because you watch a lot of wrestling, and you know, I'd like your side of things as far as where do you think that brand is going?
To me, it kind of feels like one of WWE's minor leagues at the moment. If you look at that main event, 2 out of the 3, the big involvements were WWE stars. You know. Grande Americano, who has gotten over like hell in AAA, which is great for him. Something that I think we all thought was a dead gimmick after WrestleMania turned out to be something very, very good for AAA. And then you have Omos. So Omos is finding his footing there, and that's fine. Vikingo is someone that we never thought we would see, in my opinion, in WWE. But now he's part of this AAA umbrella. I think it's a good thing because they want to continue to expand the market, and Mexico is somewhere that they've tried for years I mean, years and years and years. You go back to the Rumble back in 90, was it 98? Was in the Alamo Dome? Or 97?
98, yeah.
Yeah, where they had a bunch of the AAA stars then, you know, in the Rumble.
Just to fill
So
slots.
they've been trying to do that for a while now, and now I think it's coming to fruition. And Great Brown Hope made a great point because Dominic's not going to be there forever. Santos is not going to be there forever. Like, they got to start establishing their stars now, and this is the best way to do it when you get the WWE rub. I do think like a Mr. Iguana will come to NXT or the main roster or whatever it may be. Like they're going to do the same thing they did with TNA, right? They're just going to pluck the ones that are really, really over and you know, feed that machine as it keeps going. It's another avenue for them to continue to gain, you know, stars for their roster and have that international flair that they've been looking for.
Absolutely.
And Kyle, your thoughts on the show this weekend?
Yeah, I was surprised on how short it was, too. I know GBH brought up the hour and 15, but I'm obviously not too familiar with AAA and how they typically run, but I thought it was a very easy watch. And we talk about NXT all the time, putting a lot onto their shows, but finding a way to space it out. I think AAA's pacing was good, other than the fact that, like GBH said, I'm going to agree with him once again, Rey Mysterio took 15 minutes at the beginning of the show, and I don't speak Spanish, so I'm lost for 15 minutes right there.
I told you he said a whole lot of nothing. He made it about himself, and that's what's so sad about it is that
Say it.
Since they acquired AAA, fuck Rey Mysterio. Since
There
they
it is.
acquired AAA, he hasn't been a part of any of it. Like he's shown up once or twice, like, "Hi guys, I'm Rey Mysterio." Ooh.
You're
What's
right.
the rub?
He's not wrong.
But that's the
You know
thing.
what I'm
What's the
saying?
rub? I don't get it. What is the? I get you've already seen him. What's the point? Give me some other. How about another
Is he
guy?
the only big name that they
Right.
can pull in to
That's the
like
only
get
luchador
attraction?
you can find for real.
Yeah.
And look, and he's stealing shine from people that could shine in AAA, like Dragon Lee. The angle with Dragon Lee and Hijo del Vikingo, Rey Mysterio made it about himself. Why?
Dragon
You can't
Lee,
just
man, that's a guy.
shine on his own. Like, let him do his thing, bro. Like, he's doing just fine without you. He's got wings. He can fly. He don't need you. The fuck?
Hey,
Fuck Rey
y'all need to stop
Mysterio.
talking about Ray Hogan. Leave him alone.
Yeah, Ray Hogan for real though, man. We're
Listen.
gonna coin that for a copyright and make T-shirts. Like
Well, my
something.
question on that is the guy I never saw him do one thing in the 20 years he was on SmackDown and never go to AAA ever. And now all of a sudden we got to put Rey Mysterio into a AAA show.
And
Doesn't
do
make
you guys
sense.
remember that time where Rey Mysterio was away from WWE and he was doing stuff like he did? What was it? All In. He was at All In, right?
Yes.
Yep.
He was
Yeah.
at the first All In.
At that time, he was at AAA as well. He did work AAA there, but that's because the Fed wasn't going to sign him. And that's right after he fucking killed El Perro Aguayo Jr. So there's that too. Like nobody wants to hire a murderer. Like goddamn. And then they just waited till it, the wave was gone and rode over to say, hey, let's re-sign Rey Mysterio. Why not? Let's do it.
Hi, JPJ. Welcome to the network, my friend. Good to see you.
So we are at our 10-second
here.
warning for AAA. GBH, you want to give us your final rundown for the week?
My final rundown. It was an hour and 15 minutes of solid wrestling, limited commercials. I think the total runtime of commercials was maybe 3-4 minutes overall. And that's the smart thing about AAA. They play all their ads in the back during the matches, like where they usually have the Titantrons. That's where they have their sponsors.
I noticed that.
I didn't even notice
An hour,
that.
an hour
I
and 15, and they fit 3 minutes. I mean, 3 matches, 3 backstage segments, interviews, all that in an hour and 15 minutes. I love it. I recommend everybody checks it out every single week. And next week there will be 3 title matches.
Oh, shit.
So you're gonna get a nice solid hour 15 of wrestling. Hopefully we don't get 15 minutes of Rey Mysterio, but tune in next week and you get 3 solid title matches. There's nothing better. Three solid title matches for free on YouTube. You can't complain.
Hey, GBH, that was a great first finish of the week, I must say. You did a great
That's a
job
good-
with that.
And you
Thanks.
can check out. I believe GBH is going to be working. We're going to be working a mixer next week for AAA. So we will be
Sábado
talking to
Gigante.
you all. Keep your heads open for Sabado Gigante. Now we move down to the podcast ad on the lower right. What are we talking about this week?
Oh, boy.
Well, here we go. You gave me a live mic. All right. We are going to talk about the Fatal 4-Way at Saturday night's main event, but we're going to go back to the matches on SmackDown. So, we are in a new era of WWE. Please drink if you've heard that one before. However, Drew McIntyre is the new WWE Undisputed Champion of the World, or whatever we're calling that title. Cody Rhodes is not getting that automatic rematch. Okay, we're off to a very good start. I like that, right? Cody's going to go do something different. Drew has a fresh challenger. Perfect. They give us 4 singles matches for a fatal 4-way at Saturday night's main event. Again, can't complain. You're giving me something fresh. What I will complain about is you're going to give me Randy Orton and The Miz. Who do you think's going to win that match?
Randy.
Randy Orton. And what happened? Randy Orton won. Which, okay. Happy to see Randy back. Not too upset about it. Miz, don't need you near the title. Love you. You had a great interview with Van Fleet. Go check it out. But, Randy's fine. Damian and Solo. Okay. Who's going to win that match? Well, Damian hasn't been doing jack shit as of late, and Solo's in a feud with the Wyatt Six. So I'm going to assume it's going to be Damian. Damian wins it. Trick Williams and Matt Cardona. This is the one that I really want to talk about.
Interesting.
Eric brought it up on our podcast. You bring Cardona back, he gets a huge pop. Everyone's excited to see him. Great, awesome, amazing. I don't dislike Matt Cardona, and I want to get that out of the way now because I'm getting ready to talk some shit. I don't dislike Matt Cardona.
Starting to sound like you do.
If you're going to try to sell me that he's going to go after the WWE Championship, you're out of your damn mind. There is no way that I ever thought he was going to go after that title. You gave me that cute little segment with him and Cody, and that was great. I'm coming after that title. Okay, great. Why are you in a feud with Kit Wilson then? Like, that's where I'm at. And you're not going to beat Trick Williams because you're trying to build a young new star. Matt Cardona is not a young new star who I could see even in this 4-way match. Like, if take Trick out of this match, you see Randy Orton, Damian Priest, Sami Zayn, who we'll talk about in a second, and Matt Cardona. Which one feels wrong?
One stands out in that list.
One
yes.
stands out. Crazy. You have a lot to do to rebuild Matt Cardona as a main eventer, in my eyes. As a hardcore fan, maybe not a casual fan, I'm not sure, but as a hardcore fan, he did great on the indies. It was good. He was in GCW tearing it up. He was in other promotions tearing it up. Did great. Come back to the big leagues. I'm not there yet. Awesome. Trick Williams wins. And wins decisively. Like, good. Cardona, go do your feud with Kit Wilson. That's kind of where the company sees you at the moment. Again, I don't dislike Matt. I've met Matt Cardona. Great guy. I've sponsored a match for Matt Cardona. Great guy. Couldn't be happier with him. He's not at that level quite yet. You have to build that up because you still have Zack Ryder funk on you. I'm sorry. It's still there. It's still there. You can say, it's still there. It's still there.
Yeah.
And then Sami Zayn and Ilya Dragunov, fantastic match. I personally would have thought Ilya would win this match because typically what they do at the Royal Rumble is they give a kind of out-of-nowhere challenger, right, for that title. You go look at, I can't remember the year off the top of my head. I want to say 2003. It was Bob Holly. And then you want to go, a little bit later on. It was
Shinsuke, maybe?
Shinsuke. It was 2008. I think Jeff Hardy wrestled Randy Orton for the title at Madison Square Garden. Like, again, just kind of a, hey, let's see what happens. Throw you in the deep end, right?
Yeah.
That's what we want to see. So Sami Zayn wins. Okay. The 4-way is going to be fantastic. I'm excited for the 4-way. Who do I think is going to win this 4-way? Randy Orton. Because you keep saying we're in a new era. We're not in a new era. Everybody's like, oh, this could be the time. Trick Williams is going to be in it. No, Trick Williams is not going to win this match. I would put Trick Williams odds fourth.
Oh, I would too. Yeah, I think it would be a little too much too soon.
Just having him in this match is a big deal enough.
I think you go Randy Orton, Damian Priest, Sami Zayn, Trick Williams. That's how I'm ranking it because in my heart of hearts, I still think Sami Zayn's going to win the Royal Rumble.
So I don't disagree with you. I do think one of the things that turns me off to this Fatal 4-Way is Damian Priest and Sami Zayn in this match. I don't need either one of them there. There's an opportunity to, as you said, to make stars. I don't really need Damian Priest. There's no reason. He's been out of the light for a while, and there's
So-
no reason to catapult him
You need
directly
somebody
back
to take
into
the
this.
pin.
I was gonna say, whoever wins is not winning. So why does this even matter in the first place? I love that they're putting new people in contention because everybody complains all the time about the same people getting the same title opportunities. Well,
Right.
you're getting some different faces at least back in the title scene. I know they've been in the title scene before, talking about Sami Zayn, obviously, but he still hasn't won the title. And like Podcast Dad said, I still think Sami Zayn is a clear-cut favorite to win the Royal Rumble this year.
Even though there's been one person declare, which that's a whole nother
It's
thing.
up in the air, though. That's the thing.
I hate the build of the Rumble. And
Yeah,
we can
it's
go-
not
Rumble
good.
doesn't need a big build.
Yes, it does.
It's the Rumble. It sells
Yes,
itself.
it does.
It needs
It needs a
something.
big build.
But you
It needs
always
some
build
kind
the
of
Rumble
build.
early.
Well, it definitely needs some kind of build. You're
They
correct
haven't
there,
done
yes.
anything.
We are
There's-
2 weeks away. They have
and
done
there's
nothing.
nothing.
Zero.
Oh, trust me,
Two
this build is
Rumble
core.
matches.
I agree.
Yeah, there's
Wait,
60
hold on,
participants
GBH.
in Rumbles matches, and there's
GBH,
one
what'd you
announced.
say?
No, I was saying we have 2 Rumbles coming up, and nobody's talking about it. You know,
Nobody.
Nobody's talking
We have 0 entrants.
We have one.
like nobody's
Did we-
excited. Like, it's always been a big deal. It's usually right after Armageddon, at least back then. The day after
Yes.
Armageddon, there's already people declaring, "I'm going to be in the Rumble match. I'm going to be in the Rumble match." Nothing. We haven't gotten shit.
But
We-
that's my issue too with the Rumble, and you know we'll talk about the 4-way here in a second. But my issue with the Rumble is you have so much TV time. Have some qualifying matches.
Yep.
Like have some fresh qualifying matches. Like you don't have to do anything out of the box, anything crazy. Just have some qualifying. That's all we're looking for is any kind of momentum or build or anything towards this.
Mhm.
As for the 4-way, my humble opinion, I think Randy Orton wins because I think you want to do Randy and Drew and Saudi, do a big, a big star show for them.
That makes sense.
And then Sammy will win the Rumble. Trick and Priest are going to do something different. But quit talking to me about a new era because we're going to get Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre again.
Maybe it's the safe bet.
That's WWE to a T.
Right now, it is WWE 2T,
Yeah.
definitely.
No, but
The safe.
I do agree with you. Like, it's not the new era. It's the safe era. Like, there's nothing new going on.
Yeah. No,
Doesn't
it's
it? It
the-
kind of feels
it's
like
the
that
we need
across
to make
pro
money.
wrestling. It feels
does.
like everybody's just coasting right now.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
To me personally, you might disagree, but that's just my opinion. Nobody's wowing me, is I think more of what I'm getting at. You remember in like 2021 when AEW went through their renaissance, and then the WWE when they were at WrestleMania 39 and 40 had a lot of buzz. We haven't had that excitement since then.
What's changed?
Anywhere? TKO.
TKO. WWE.
Oh my God, Caleb threw a pick. Sorry, this game is insane right now. We are podcasting in the middle of one of the best NFL playoff games right now in overtime.
Not to me. But I will say, I am with you, Podcast Dad, on this. I am having a hard time wrapping my head around the cooling of wrestling right now in general. We're seeing a lot of different guys get signed away. And the problem is with this show being in Saudi, it's a lot. I mean, I haven't even
It's
seen
a lost cause. It's a lost
and
cause.
I haven't even seen one of those by the numbers videos yet. And they used to show those by the numbers. videos.
They had to build a Saturday night's main event, and they're doing that last minute, and that's the week before the Rumble. Why are you
Horrible.
booking that the week before the Rumble in the
Horrible.
first place?
Horrible.
Everything just feels thrown together.
Rushed.
This month is a mess, and I think the 4-way. I would love to see Randy Orton at least get an opportunity.
I wouldn't hate it.
I have no interest in Damian Priest. I have no interest in Sami
No.
Zayn. Trick and Randy Orton. Randy Orton deserves a real run, though. He doesn't deserve a Saturday Night's Main Event where then it's over type of deal.
So you say no, and you say you don't think Damian Priest. I think Damian Priest could win this
Ugh.
because I think like Drew's not going to lose the first challenger.
No. Well, you never know. Maybe they put this Fatal 4-Way together just to have some unpredictability, just create a buzz going into Mania, because there is no buzz.
I think Drew is going to so. Okay,
I hope so.
And then who does he face? Does he face Sammy
Sami
then?
Zayn.
Okay. All right, I'll give you that.
So I could see Damian Priest winning this just so they can get Drew a win.
And
GBH, go ahead
Drew
up there.
Solo's up with Solo Sikoa, so there's that too.
I don't want anything to do with Solo Sikoa.
Not
Dude,
right
he's-
now.
That group's
I like
ruined.
Solo Sikoa. I don't know why you guys don't like Solo Sikoa. What's wrong
That
with
group
Soul
is
School?
so fatigued already.
This is
I
the
feel
group.
like, yeah.
I have 2 tribal chiefs. I acknowledge both of my tribal chiefs.
We are at the 10-second
Rey
warning.
Mysterio.
So,
10-second warning,
Podcast
Pocket.
Dad, give us
10
your
second.
give us your
Okay.
finish.
The 10-second warning is do not complain. Do not complain that we're in a new era when we're not in a new era. And do not bitch and moan when they give us new stuff and you get mad at it because Trick Williams is in this fatal 4-way and he's not going to win. So don't get mad because they are actually trying something. But at the end of the day, they're going to go with the safe route.
Mm-hmm.
Clip that.
There you go.
I'm doing
All
that
right.
for the AI clipping that it does. If you actually verbally say that, this is a pro tip for you on your show as well, Podcast Dad. You guys can do it since you're on StreamYard. Just say the words clip that, and they will clip what you just said.
Perfect.
Little
I
pro
thought you were
tip.
just remind yourself or to
No,
remind Jake-
no.
It does it.
I'm being smart.
Yep.
That is nice.
And
I'm
speaking
gonna
of
say it every 10
smart,
seconds because clip that.
There you go. You're going to start saying, fuck Rey Mysterio. Clip that.
oh, too late. Now we got it.
So
So
there's too many clips.
speaking
Don't
of
worry,
our
man.
finish, I'm going to take over the next
Oh,
one.
this
And
one's going to be good.
This
Here we
this
go.
week, my problem
Oh,
or
jeez.
finish of this week is going to
Oh,
be the debut episode of TNA Wrestling
go.
on AMC. Now, I mean, look, I've been saying the same things since old Dave Meltzer has made his way to the internet, but I was saying this the day of, and my problem with the TNA debut on AMC is that it was one of the more underwhelming and poorly written, poorly directed episodes of a television show debut that I have seen in a very long time, reminiscent of the original ECW first episode with the zombie coming out covered in dust and having to wrestle. Now, this week we had a 2-hour debut on AMC with 3 matches. The rest of the
Talent wasn't there.
the talent was not there. The talent was not there, and the talent was not there. And the talent that was there was not there. We had 3 matches. We kicked off hot. Then the other problems of this show just started to make its way into the TV, into the taping. We had a completely empty soft cam side we had actors from an AMC show that nobody watches that they went to them as VIPs and they're showing them on the camera and there's no one behind them. It looked like they were sitting in an empty high school gym and it just
But when Netflix does it, it's cool.
Netflix doesn't do it where there's no one behind them. So here's the thing. You want to make it look big and important. I feel like TNA was out of their element. They were wading in waters they did not belong in this week. And I think they were trying to do a WWE light type of broadcast when what I would want from TNA and what we all loved from the old TNA was its own entity. They didn't fill it with trying to be like WWE. They used to do their own thing. They had the 6-sided ring. They had Don West. They had Mike Tenay. They had things that did not feel. I swear to God, they started the show with Tom Hannafin and Aiden English. And I was like, what is different from what we see on either NXT or a WWE show? The very first guys that come out, the Hardys. The problem is, I feel like this is something that I hope gets fixed in the next week. And I understand that they said they had visa issues, but you did have talent. So you could have done small matches with a Cedric Alexander. You could have put in more access to, Brian, let's say Nick Nemet's brother. There were other
Ryan.
matches that you could have done besides having that Yahoo in the ring as Mr. Elegance. There was big problems with the show.
That was bad. That should have been Big Trouble Ben Bishop's spot right there.
I thought it was funny.
It's fine, it's funny, but there were big problems that you can't just brush off for an opening broadcast on a network that wanted to. Oh, Perez Hilton, yes.
Wait, he was there?
I
Yeah,
I texted somebody. I said, "What is it? 2006?"
Yeah, I was gonna say. I remember when he was popular when I was growing up.
Like
bad.
Perez Hilton is in the
I don't
ring
have
with,
hair
with
now.
Ash by Elegance. Like a lot of these things really made me upset because you have the blueprint. You know what people want to see, and TNA is a nostalgia title brand. People want to see TNA stuff. So you have AJ Styles come out. You have the Hardys come out. You have all the talent, even Xia Li or whatever, all ex-WWE wrestlers. Where is the homegrown TNA guys?
They're
Why
getting
was-
poached.
But why was Johnny Curtis or Dango,
Somebody-
Dirty Dango? Why was
Wait, hold on. I think we're losing Jay Gold. Jay Gold, you still here?
He said the last thing he said was, "Why was Dirty Dango?"
Oh, he's
Yeah.
probably going to complain about the retirement. I didn't even see the show. Did you guys
No.
see the show?
Where'd he go?
You did? We're trying to
he
get him
left
back. You,
I'm
you
here.
with us? Here
Yeah,
you
you
are.
got me.
So
So,
fired up.
so my
Did you try
problem
turning
is,
it on?
I don't know what this was. I don't know what's going on with the internet. But my problem is, you have Dirty Dango who's retiring, and you had Moose on the stage, and he just shook his hand and walked away. And I get they're in the system, but if you want to debut right, you should have Moose wrestle. You should have Brian Myers wrestle. Why was nobody in the ring? The problem was there was not enough in ring to sell me what TNA was, which was in ring action. So that's just my problem. That's why I picked it for this week. I'm sure they'll fix it.
I was going to say, well, why don't we give them a chance to at least recover?
Well, but here's the thing, Kyle. They've been on
Kyle
TV.
A.
They've been on TV weekly since 2005.
Fair.
Where is the
Fair.
why did you change up your formatting and make it look so ridiculous for this
The
week?
production for this show was poor. I saw clips.
Horrible.
You
Horrible.
didn't even mention the worst part.
What was the worst part?
They brought Dixie Carter out.
Oh yeah, to booze. To booze. There was no nostalgia pop. It was
Nothing.
booze.
He's the one that hired
Nobody
Hogan.
likes her. Like, nobody wants to see her.
It's all her fault. All of
The other issue is, and Genesis was fine. I caught some clips from Genesis. It seemed like that went well. The other issue was they shot the main event angle for the pay-per-view off
After the show.
air.
Yep.
Did they
And-
really?
Yes.
Yes.
The Nick Nemeth after show angle.
Oh, that was after? I remember seeing the clip. I thought
yeah,
that was
on
during the
television.
show.
No, it didn't air.
What are we doing?
This is why I had to bring
It's
it
your
up. because
debut.
I was very disappointed. But it's not technically a debut. They switched networks. I mean, they were on Access for
not a
years
debut.
doing this.
But
You know?
what if they're doing it on purpose to get people talking like Jay Gold is?
Well, the crazy part is you
They
look
were
at the
dog
contrast.
shit on purpose.
Look at the contrast of like
Hey, they got the contract money. Like the only way to get out of it is if they don't get viewers.
Yeah.
So People are
look
talking-
look how well
they're talking
AAA
about
is
it.
being recepted, and then look how poorly TNA is being recepted. Like, if you're WWE, you got to go, hey, TNA, you got to step up. Like,
Yeah,
I
you
know
wanna
we're
get in
poaching
bed
talent
more
or
with-
whatever,
But
like you got to figure that out because AAA, are they pumping more money in the AAA because it's an international market, or like is TNA really that single A that they're looking at?
But at some point, they have to say to WWE, look, our partnership works, but you took Leon Slater away from us. And on our debut match
Well,
you took him away, and then you made us do Cedric Alexander, Moose, and Joe Hendry, who now is an NXT guy, and now you're making us lose our X Division guy to your show when he should be on our show defending the title. There's a lot of problems.
how about this? What if there's a mole from WWE and TNA that is purposely lowering the stock value so the Fed can buy it?
I mean, they probably own it already.
they
We
can
just don't know
already buy
about
now.
it.
I was going to say, they pretty much do. They pretty much do at this
They're
point.
publicly
Yeah.
traded. They don't own it.
No, they
Yeah.
own it. TNA
They,
would die.
they basically, they are WWE is the puppeteer right now to TNA. Go
They
do what we
were-
want. Yeah, you want to go have this show? Go get a TV deal. Hey, oh, we're gonna take Leon Slater for that open challenge, and we're gonna keep him once his contract expires.
That was a visa issue.
I know,
You
but
sure?
I don't know. WWE's gonna
Well,
sign
all the-
Leon Slater the second his contract is up.
No,
I agree.
definitely.
But with all the other talent not being able to go because of the visa issue, I'll believe that one a little bit better.
I know Jay Gold and Podcast Daddy would appreciate this, but WWE is Joe Smithing Leon Slater. They already got his contract in the works.
Listen,
Oh, yeah.
It's already agreed to.
Big time.
I am concerned for TNA if they look. And here's the other thing. And I just want to. This is just a side as we wrap this up. All the companies are starting to buy all the indie talents, and it's starting to get into a thing where I was talking to a few indie promoters. Guys are starting to leave the indies to get on these shows because they realize that their homegrown guys are not making the cut. They have no stars, and these indie guys are ready to roll. Now, TNA would be smart to bring in a guy like, let's say, Manders. Let's say, you have a guy there. Get Mance Warner back on television every week. There are certain guys who TNA should be keeping an eye on the indies and say, these are the guys that I need to bring in.
Oh, there's plenty at my show that I could
A
name.
lot.
Yeah.
Do you know
and-
who work at TNA? The brothers of Fun Structure from JCW.
There's a ton. I mean,
Oh,
we could sit
those
here
two
and name all
dudes.
day.
I don't know.
Shout out Mike.
I just think there's we're gonna run into it. So I think the next time we do the Dusty Finish, we'll be able to cover some of that TNA. But this week was not there putting their best foot forward. So as I wrap up my side of this thing, TNA's first show, not great, but we'll keep an eye on it for things as we go. And I'm going to let the boss man close out this week's Dusty Finish. It's on you now, boss man.
We're going to talk about Ice Cold. We're going to independent wrestling, which is something that is actually featured here on the network. We don't just talk WWE, TNA, AAA. We talk it all. Independent wrestling is the lifeblood of professional wrestling. Shout out to the Indie Wrestling Guide who's been covering it. Shout out to the Wrestling Junkies podcast who always has independent wrestlers on their show as well. And shout out to Action Wrestling while we're at it, because they are in bed with the Junkies doing great things. And I mean that in the best way possible. I didn't mean that sexually, so don't take it sexually, guys. But nonetheless, if you want to take it sexually, it is late night. So go ahead, do what you want. I don't care.
A nice meeting page.
I don't think anybody's going to tune in for that. No. But nonetheless, as you guys probably already saw on all my socials, the OTM boys got to sponsor our first Warrior show. We've obviously had a working relationship with them for quite some time now. We've had Sam Beal on the podcast this week, who just so happens to be now our number one interview. So shout out to Sam Beal for stopping by. Big Trouble Ben Bishop, who has also been on the Wrestling Junkies podcast as well. He was there. Man, what a show it was. And I love going to independent wrestling shows. Us four have all gone to plenty of independent wrestling shows. But I truly believe that Warrior is doing some of the best things on the indies. And yes, they're not one of the mainstays in the indies that is constantly running like a GCW or a Black Label Pro that runs near us. They're kind of like a spectacle independent show where they gather the best talent available for their brewery shows that they've been doing lately. They were known for their Stadium Series shows that they did during COVID, where everybody was socially distanced apart and everybody still got to enjoy professional wrestling. Warrior was one of the few companies running during that time. But the fact that we got to be there, set up a table, hand out our business cards, that was so cool. They even had a Malort wheel there. I did not spin the Malort wheel. I was not going to drink that. But one of the perks of being a sponsor of Warrior Wrestling is you get to drink for free as well. So I got a free wristband. I was drinking for free. We were networking. So shout out to the people that I got to interact with there in Chicago. But man, what a card it was. Like, it started hot. Sam Beal versus Joey Avalon. Joey Avalon was from Green Bay, so natural heat there in Chicago, obviously. And he had his heater, his girl Sierra there. But it wasn't enough for our boy, the Perminator. He took care of business. And I'm not just saying this because he was on our podcast. He genuinely set the tempo for this show that I don't think anybody else quite reached. And everybody will get to see this. They're going to post this on YouTube in a couple days. So I'll share the links and everybody can check it out. But man, Sam Beal for me is a guy who, he had some experience in Impact. I don't know if you guys are familiar. He got to do some stuff with Brian Myers there, actually, in Impact. And he hasn't been on TV since. And he's just one of those guys where you look at, and I feel like he has it all. And he'd be another great fit, I think, currently for TNA. Jay Gold, have you seen Sam Beal at any of your shows, or is he typically only in the Midwest?
I have not seen him. I have not seen him in any of the indie
GBH, he does have charisma, doesn't he?
And that's what you need in professional wrestling. Goofy wrestling for life. Shout out Simon Miller. You need charisma.
Yeah, and you know who else has charisma?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they got Big Trouble Ben Bishop.
Yep, exactly. Another guy full of charisma.
Ben and we got to sit next to him. Our tables were next to each other at the show. He was so awesome just to hang out with. And he was a guy that we were just talking wrestling with. And he's like, yeah, I know I'm good. Like, I know I would fit well in TNA. I know I would add something to AEW. He knows his worth, but he's correct. There's not guys that size with that charisma. And he faced off against Lance Archer here. And Lance Archer went off script after the match, got on the microphone and said, hey, Tony Khan, book this man. And I reiterate that statement because I don't know how Ben doesn't have a job anywhere. But the match of the night for me, Bang and Matthews, formerly known as the Bang Bros, they faced off against Gringo Loco, who's like a god at Warrior Wrestling.
Base god.
Yeah, the base god. And he teamed up with Lee Johnson from AEW. Man, that match was as electric as you would think it could be. I don't know if you guys have seen the Bang Bros in person, Bang and Matthews now, but they're electric. But man, it was special. Timothy Thatcher was there, Mad Dog Conley, and in the main event, Bandito versus Jake Something, a match that you're probably going to see on Dynamite in a couple weeks, I would imagine. Jake Doyle now in AEW, obviously, but Jake Something is what an impressive big man he is. And I know that's a guy that you guys have seen.
Yeah.
Just so fun to watch. And Bandito being his opponent. Bandito was one of the best wrestlers, if not the best wrestler last year. So to get all that at an independent show, for us to be able to sponsor that and just to hang out and have a good time, man, that's what it's all about. And that's why I love professional wrestling. And that's why it's my finish of the week, because I love independent wrestling. So go out and support your local independent wrestling company.
Now you got
Did
an
you say
opportunity.
Huh? Local.
You say local? Like
For Loco.
Oh my God, what is that?
Wait, what is it? Try it out. What do we got?
That's the size of a winter boot.
Jackpot.
What is it? All right, give us a sip. We will need a review because we need a sponsorship.
That's the size of a winter boot, that can.
What we got? What's the rating?
That's got to be the best tasting Four Loko I've ever had.
Wow.
What?
Really?
All right.
Try this. It doesn't even taste like a Four Loko. It tastes like a Boonies. Remember Boonies, J Gold?
Yes, Boone.
Boom.
Okay,
Yeah, whatever.
Booties. I thought he said
Dude,
boobies.
that was my go-to when I went on a date in college. I used to buy a bottle of Boone's. Boone's Farms.
Did you
I
get
used to have
lucky
a
with
big
it?
shot. Yeah, sometimes. Not
Hell
always.
It
yeah.
doesn't even taste like Four Loko. It tastes
Hell
like
yeah.
Schwab with like a dash
rails.
of.
Shaco felt a titty.
Damn.
No, not even.
I'm
not
sorry.
all-
I'm sorry. I didn't want to cut.
Oh
you
yeah,
off.
wrestling.
You said
Sorry.
the word like you said it. I didn't say it. You did.
Listen,
You summoned the Four Loko.
you come in and summon that thing. It looks like it came from the pits of hell. That thing,
probably
it's
did.
damn big. Oh my God. Well, Kyle, I'm gonna ask you: was there anything else on that card that stood out that you really enjoyed before we close out our night?
I'm trying to think, man. They set up in the Mad Dog Conley and Timothy Thatcher match. They
Stud.
set up a dog collar match that's going to happen in Cincinnati.
Oh wow!
So yeah, I will
I'll
be
be there.
there probably with the podcast dad. So yeah, I mean, podcast dad can tell you about Mad Dog. He's
Dude is a monster.
I
It
think
is
we're gonna see.
he's legit a badass.
Yes.
Dog collar.
Yeah, Conley
Yes,
always
dog
throws
collar
a dog
matches.
collar out there every time.
Oh, and Trevor Outlaw stood out to me too. Trevor Outlaw always stands out.
He's
to me.
good. Trevor
He's
Outlaw's
a
good.
great heel. He's
Yes.
MJF-esque at his heel work. I'm dead serious when I say that. If you've never seen Trevor Outlaw work, you're gonna get to hear him on OTM in a couple weeks. Spoiler alert.
Nice.
Nice.
Well,
Oh,
boys,
yeah.
listen, we are at our limit for the week. We have called the finish, and we are going home. So I want to say thanks to my panel this week for the debut episode of the Dusty Finish. If you have ideas that you want us to cover each week, Fridays and Saturdays, send a text message or a DM or a tweet or an Instagram DM to the Main Event Network. Let us know what topics you may want us to cover. If you see something during the week in wrestling that you want us to look at, we'll have panels set up each week, and we're going to monthly. This show is not necessarily every week, but whenever we get a chance, we're going to be on here talking about the big events in wrestling for the week. We really appreciate everybody jumping in, all the people who've joined us online tonight. And we're going home, right? Let's bring it home, as the ref says.
Don't forget to subscribe. Yeah. Don't forget to subscribe to the Main Event Wrestling Network. We are on the road to 300 subscribers. And while you're here, subscribe to all of our channels. IW Guide, subscribe to GBH and the Wrestling Junkies. Go check out the Blog World Order. They have been pumping out content all year long. How many blogs has it been, GBH?
We've dropped 11 blogs in 18 days, and I'm about to drop a Shayna Baszler blog today, week 2 of Shayna Card Sunday. So you guys will see something fun out of
Now
that.
we're cooking. There you go.
I also wanted to say we should get Paperclip Mike to talk JCW next week.
Next time we do
without
the
Jay
Dusty
Gold,
Finish.
Jay Gold will probably be negative about it.
No, I have no issues with JCW at all. None.
Vito calls everybody crackheads. If you don't watch JCW, Vito calls everybody crackheads. It's
I
the
have
greatest thing. There's, and he walks into restrooms like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And he sends them to a drug test. It's the greatest thing ever.
I like it. I have no issues with JCW, and whoever, if we want to cover it, you can bring it on to the finish, and we'll take care of it. So, listen, everybody, join us. Let's get to 300. Watch the Junkies, read the BWO, come on the night shift, and check out OTM. We are going to be on all those.
Subscribe to Main Event Wrestling Network. Help us push to get Four Loco to sponsor the Main Event Wrestling Network. They already sponsor me. That's all fine and dandy, but we got to get them as a sponsor for the Main Event Wrestling Network. So anytime somebody says Loco, somebody has to drink a Four Loco. And next time it might be Kyle, it might be Podcast Poppy, or it might be Jay Goldust. Who knows? But somebody's going to have to drink a Four Loco. Jay Goldust.
I think that's the perfect way to end it, guys. We'll see you next time. Thanks for hanging out.
See ya.